show your 2026 New Orleans Saints.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. As this at the 6. A pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. To the Saints offense, taking over for the first time here. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
First carry now for Kyron Williams. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Dak now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Saints first down.
That's good for a Saints first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Straight ahead with Williams. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stopped by Deion Henley.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Prescott here from the gun. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Komet's got it left side. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. On 4th down, Prescott's a throw. They connect for the first. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on 4th down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. They go with Williams on the counter. He has room past the 25. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Well, that play right there, that one is why linemen, they run the 40, do all the agility tests in their spandex at the combine. Yeah, having fast, agile, big guys up front, it lets them set the table so the running backs could go do their job.
First down, here's Dak. Finds the in route complete. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
14 more yards. That's another Saints first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and goal. Here's Williams. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a game down to the 1.
Stop short of the goal
6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Estimate. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
The extra point. Here's Smith. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
7. Chargers, nothing.
Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. Darius Davis to return it. And he stopped on the run back to the 27. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. And they'll be led up at a longtime veteran at QB.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
L.A. bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. And the Saints are all over this one. Great work by the defense. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Saints setting the pace so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They have 2nd and pretty long here. They send the tight end in motion. Back to throw. Throw is there for Rondé Gadsden. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw now. That one's nabbed by Allen. He is hauled down right at that midfield stripe.
It's a gain of 18.
That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Chargers first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Tight end going in motion here. Back to throw. It's caught. This is Lad McConkey. And they get this down to the 28. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Hampton gets it from the pistol. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Now looking to throw. Going with a screen to Hampton. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They gain 11 on that play, and that's going to be good for an LA first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
From the red zone on 1st. And he's going to go down. Great work by the Saints. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. We motion the tight end over. They're throwing it. He takes it himself. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Goal to go. They're passing. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Chargers earn the chance to tie it before halftime.
Down Chargers.
Well, we all know, Brock, you want your players to get better as the game goes on and as they settle into a contest. But, man, it is tough to imagine this guy getting any better than he was on that opening drive, huh?
Yeah, you hear me all the time just talk about getting a quarterback in the rhythm, right?
Yeah.
Just feel of the game. Yeah, you can't be much better than that. A perfect 5 for 5, and to finish it off for 6, that is a sweet feeling heading to the sidelines.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25. This New Orleans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Saints to the line now. First and 10. From the gun is Prescott. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Trying to get that one to Jalen Polk. And now they face second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
From the 24 once again. It's second and 10. Throwing again is Dak. He can run it. Gets him close to 8 on that effort. Nice slide at the end. That brings up third down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Chargers are going to opt for a 50B third down. He's going to run for it. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the
when a play breaks down,
line.
every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
First and 10 from the 43. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Deep pass brought in. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is second and 2. Dak to the air here. He's running with it. On the move, past the 40. The Saints call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
And the Saints.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. Now Dak to throw. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, second and 10. Back to the air, Prescott. He's going to tuck it and run. And Prescott finds him at first as he slides down to end the run.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
So we're all knotted up here at the half, Bronc, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These two teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the third quarter. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. On the return, here comes Davis. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Chargers, 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Chargers.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Dumps it off to his running back. And 2nd down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Draw play here, Hampton. And he takes it ahead for a healthy 7 yards. It's 3rd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Johnson finds the football complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down, Los Angeles.
1st down from the 42. Hampton gets the handoff. A solid gain there, Brock, of about 5. Takes him inside the 40-yard line.
Humble 5 to 6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
1st down run gets him 6. So now it is 2nd and 4. He'll call his own number. And take him down right along the 30. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
That's another Chargers 1st down. It's a gain of 6.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Now an inside give to Hampton. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to give the Chargers the 1st down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a 1st down, that's a bonus.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Back to Hampton. He finds space, middle of the field. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
4 yards. And the Chargers 1st down.
Really 2 elements needed to hit big on this play, Kate. Number 1, you got to sell it. Right? You really got to sell and get that defense moving. And then secondly, you got to execute. You got to get a body on a body so that running back can get loose.
Vidal has the LA touchdown. The Chargers take the lead right away in half number 2.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Dicker on now for the PAT.
Extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7.
14, Saints 7.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Saints take over.
Here comes the Saints
first and
offense.
10.
They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. Stepping up, and he's going to run. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
It's a gain of 11.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Dak now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Another Saints first down. 1st and 10.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Saints ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. First and 10 now from the 46. Give to Williams from the gun. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Williams. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
To the air on 3rd and long. That one's nabbed by Komet. And he's marked down. Looks like at the 32-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 from the 32. Prescott here from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Bringing the offense up to the line, 1st and 10. From the gun, a carry by Williams. He'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Prescott will look to throw. Dump off caught by his back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints losing by 7. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? He'll throw it. Caught just shy of the goal line. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down. And they've got themselves a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He'll look to throw it. And they take this in for the score. The Saints cut it to a point late in this one. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown.
Okay, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. And he just put on a show.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here comes Davis. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Brought in by Gadsden. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Their rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
A 6-yard.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Chargers.
Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Catch made left side by McConkey. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that. Going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They are throwing it again. Into the hands of Gadsden. Complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
A gain of
Nice
7.
to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Out of the gun, here's Hampton. A lot of space ahead. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 22. That's going to be good for an LA first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left, and after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. So it's all coming down to a drive from Cameron Dicker. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. That one is good. And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. So no return this time. This is going to go for a touchback, Brock. Let's see what they do with this final snap.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. First and 10 coming up. Here he goes, one final shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say so long from New Orleans. Well, in lieu of a full cast of Falcons soaring in the upper air of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, one does take to the skies before kickoff. That's the mascot, Freddy the Falcon. And down at ground level, it is a cauldron of Falcons also taking flight out of the tunnel and onto the field here in Atlanta. Coming up, let's close out another great week of football with a Sunday night. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say goodbye from Atlanta.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where the sound of the big red siren signals it is time for football. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Here on the final play, and this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Glendale.